Now today we're going to do lamb on the braai, and we're going to do 3 different recipes. I'd like to show you my feeling what is the perfect way to do chops and to do beautiful sosaties and then a boned leg of lamb. Now these double chops, it's just instead of cutting the loin in half, they've just left the whole loin and cut the chops like that. So what you actually have here is chop number 1 and chop number 2, but they all together. And this is a lovely, lovely portion to serve. Now all I've done is we've just seasoned the chops lightly with some garlic pepper, and then we drizzled them with olive oil. And we've done that on both sides, and just leave them for half an hour to 45 minutes at room temperature. Never ever attempt to cook meat from ice cold in the fridge. Now the big problem with cooking chops is you have all this raw fat, and when the meat is cooked the fat is still raw. So what, I don't want to say the men, but look, the men do, is they cook the chops until the fat is cooked and then the meat is overcooked. Take your chops and pile them up like that so that the fat side is down. Put these little wings down like that. Take a skewer and run it through the meat on this side and on that side. Now that is fine for holding it, but if you want to turn it, then it's awkward turning it here. So just for safety's sake, I'm going to put another skewer there. Now this thing is now fixed as firmly as it's very easy to handle it on the braai. Now we haven't marinated this beforehand, but we're going to baste it with marinade. Now all this lovely olive oil and seasoning that is left here, you must use that. Oops. So throw your marinade in there, more or less what you're going to use to baste those chops with, and just make a nice little mush here with your basting brush. And while the chops are on the fire, we will marinate them and brush them. So what you're going to do on the fire is you'll cook them on this side and then you'll turn them, but I'll show you. I also bought a boned leg of lamb, and about 500 to 600 gram of the lamb I used for making sosaties, and the other half of the lamb is still in a piece. The best way to tenderize meat is to use yogurt, or you can use buttermilk. Now what I've done here is I have mixed yogurt in with a herb marinade, the same one that I've used on the chops there, or that we are going to use on the chops. And I've left this in the fridge overnight to marinate. Now we are going to put this on the braai just like that, because the milk sugars in the yogurt will caramelize and add to the browning, and the enzymes in the yogurt have now tenderized that meat. With the sosaties, what we've done there is we've cut the meat into cubes about that size. Again, it's leg meat, or you certainly can use shoulder meat. And then we've just taken some onion leaves, I'll show you now how to make this, and a soft apricot, or you could use half a peach. And we've threaded them on the stick, apricots, onions, meat, and so on. And then after we prepared the sosaties, only then did we add the sauce. Now the sauce that we've used here to give that nice curry flavor, which I think we all associate with sosaties, is, again, I've mixed the yogurt, and this is a plain yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt or you could use Bulgarian yogurt. Makes no difference. Then to that you add 1 cup of the Tikka Curry Sauce. And we just mix this. And here you have ready-made the best Sosati marinade you're going to get anywhere. So once again, you pour this marinade over the Sosaties and you leave them overnight in the fridge. And then we simply just cook them on the braai. Once again, the yogurt has tenderized the meat beautifully. Now to make those onion flowers, what we've done is top and tail the onion. Then you just pull off the skin, just the outer little papery skin. The onion gets cut into quarters. Each quarter gets broken up into leaves so that you get what we call onion leaves. These leaves are small enough to put your peach or whatever in there and to thread it in. These are too big. So it's better with the bigger leaves to cut them in half and put your apricot or peach or whatever in that little space and then to thread it in like that. So we're ready for the braai. And our braai today is Sean, and we'll start with the chops. That's perfect. Now you can see that Sean has put the chops fat side down. And it's put a few Sosaties on as well. Just to allow more fat to cook out and to reduce the shrinking. Take a sharp knife once you've turned it and just cut through the fat. So we're just going to cover with the lid, and with brine, slower is better. These great big flames, you don't want to char the meat, you want to gently cook it so that you get all the beautiful flavors developing. Okay, Shawnie, ek dink ons moet nou gou die skewers uithaal. Ja. Laat ons net die chops plat op die braai kan sit. Trek maar eers die een. Daar sê. So now we'll cook them until they're nicely done on this side, and then we'll obviously turn them, but in the meantime we must just baste them. So now we'll just continue basting, turning, so that we build up layers of flavor on those chops. And then we'll also baste the leg, and we'll baste the Sosaties in the same way until everything is juicy and brown and perfect. Okay, Sean, let's see what it looks like. Wow. That is how a braai should look. Look how perfect these chops are. And the leg is also just nice. It'll still be pink inside when we cut it. And the Sosaties are right. Thanks, Shawnie.
Thank you.
Bon appetit.